hurricane moving into the southern regions, we're going to be having a lot of rain. So any videos I do here in the next few days, the rain's going to be loud. I did refill my propane so I can run my propane forge, which is a plus. The only negative about the propane forge is it's actually a lot hotter in the area you're working than with the coal forge, because the coal forge, while it burns hotter, it's a much more concentrated heat. I'm going to do a little different project today. I'm going to do a broadhead. I did broadhead in an earlier broadcast, live feed, whatever you want to call it, and I enjoyed that process. I enjoyed doing something different. I'm going to do a little bit different broadhead than what I did in the last one. This one I'm going to do more of an actual broadhead instead of a bodkin. So come hang out. I'll probably throw some other stuff in the forge and do some other things as well, because I do have a flea market coming up that I have to prepare for. So let's get you guys set up where you can see my anvil real well. I'll probably be doing the majority of the work with this hammer, my little 3-pound hammer. Although I may be using this quite a bit as well. Guys, nice gamer. Hey guys, if you guys are not subscribed, please do. Even if you never watch another one of my videos again, it does help me out, and it is free for y'all. Question you want, those are free as well. So I'm going to make this as clear and concise as I can. I have no problem with anybody of any religion, any race, creed, sexual orientation. Don't care. That's not my problem. say when it comes to religion and stuff like that is, don't put shit in my face and me and you will get along just fine. If you put it in my face, we're going to have a problem. Hey man, I appreciate it, bro. Subs are fine. You know, like I said, I don't care one way or the other. Like it. Hey, I appreciate every sub, every like I get. And Slammy, I will say this. If you don't like my videos, man, I appreciate it. Awesome, man. You probably learned a thing or two. You may not. I don't know. One thing about it, hopefully you'll be entertained. And I'll definitely interact. I'm not like some of these guys where if you don't pay, I'm not going to interact. I'll talk the hell out of you. I don't care. I appreciate it. I'm not going to try to pronounce your name. I'm just going to call you T, okay? Have any questions, please, again, feel free to ask if you want to learn. Okay, so I'm making broad points. I live in southeast Arkansas. Anyways, I'm making some broadheads for an arrow. A video, I think it was two or three live feeds ago, I did a video making a bodkin, which is a medieval armor-piercing round, and I did a needle point, so it's about yay long. This one's going to be substantially smaller. I'm just letting this one cook a little bit. I want to let this get as hot as I can. Hey man, I got the Les Dexia too, don't feel bad. Autocorrect is my friend. it's going to work. Okay, so you see the spade shape up top there and how it's kind of fatter right there. This section right here is going to become the point. That's going to be a socket that wraps around the shaft of the arrow. And I would drop it. This one I'm probably going to make into a small hunting round, small game hunting round, kind of like a blunt tip. I'm a Marine, dude. I know a lot about death. It's also where I learned about getting rid of my preconceived notions of other people. That's a unhappy topic, and this is a live feed where I'm trying to keep things upbeat. Yeah, it did. I'm not trying to go for deep today. Hey, it's all good, man. Like I said, I will answer your questions. And I will give you an honest answer. It may not be a happy answer, but it will be honest. Exactly. I appreciate that, Slammy. That is exactly the mindset of a guy like me. You may not like what you're going to hear, but it's going to be the truth as I see it. It may not be the truth because I don't have all the information, but it'll be as close as I can give you to the truth. Sorry, somebody was calling me, but I don't end a live feed for nobody. Because I actually do less harm to my body by not wearing the gloves, by not wearing eye protection. I'll typically wear my glasses, but I can react and see quicker. I have a better feel. And a lot of my tools in my shop rotate. And I don't know if you're familiar with degloving injuries, but a degloving injury is much worse than a burn or a scrape or something else that I would get in my shop. I don't wear leather because it's hotter than hell. I live in southeast Arkansas, and it's just ridiculously hot and humid. So I typically don't wear a leather apron. I do always wear closed-toed shoes because I do not like getting burned. And with this slag flying around, you'll get burned. So as far as like not covering my face or my eyes, that's a reaction thing. I like to be able to move. I like to be able to have that reaction speed. And I just feel like wearing stuff slows me down. If I could get away with it on YouTube, I'd forge naked. So right now I'm forging an offset. What I'm doing is you see I'm hammering it down, half on, half off. That means half the material is on the anvil, the other half is off, and I'm hitting it about that halfway point. So, say that again, what is your sound like? I don't know what you're trying to ask. I'm sorry. Maybe rephrase it a little different way. Oh, my forge. My forge is a propane forge. It's just a Beaver single burner forge, propane. Yesterday I was forging out here with my coal forge. This just takes a standard propane tank, 20 pound. And you can get those at the gas station, hardware store, wherever. Okay, so let me turn this around so you can see now. And that's my forge. And that's my ugly face. And that's a cheap beer. And YouTube can kiss my ass about the beer thing, the tobacco thing. I don't care. They can kiss my ass. All right, so I'm doing a hot cut. That's going to go over here. This is going to go back to the forge. Oh, I'm sure I could smelt cans and make some aluminum arrows. That probably wouldn't be a problem, but I would rather not smelt cans because aluminum just it doesn't do well for much of anything other than artistic shit. As far as improving your English, dude, your English is better than a lot of people down here in Southeast Arkansas. Woo! Shit, that's hot. All right. So. We need to put a point on this. The only problem about these smaller tongs is they do not have the grip strength that I like. I'm well aware, T. I'm well aware. Yeah, beer is not good for your health. Neither is tobacco, but I use both. I understand they're not good for me. I understand the risks, but as far as I can see it, I'm going to use them anyway because I enjoy the feeling. And I'm pretty sure that, Slammy, I'm pretty sure that you guys drink beer for breakfast over there, man. I know my uncle over in Cork does. That's right. I don't know if you guys just saw that. I just caught a piece of slag, hot slag, right on the upper lip. That felt great. I don't know if you guys caught that or not. That fucking hurt. Pardon my language. I try not to drop too many F-bombs, but that hurt. Slammy T, if you guys ever get over to the United States, man, come hang out. Come drink a beer. I know, T, you probably won't drink a beer. You may probably have some water or anything like that, but you guys get over here and come hang out, man. I'd love to share stories with you, share culture. That. Hey, Slammy, you said you were from the UK. Where in the UK are you from? Are you from England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, hopefully Ireland? Hey, man, look, I'm going to show you something, T, just because I think you'll understand why I laugh. Midland? Okay. T, you gotta understand something. When you say something about dirty, my nickname, given to me by my father, is Dirty Donut. I've had that nickname for many years. So, dirty, calling me dirty is nothing new. I've been called dirty for a very long time. in Cork, Ireland. Because cocaine's expensive. And I'm not rich. Trust me, if I could afford a cocaine habit, I'd have it. But there are other things I like as well. Much soda or anything like that. I drink maybe 1 can of Coca-Cola a day, maybe 2. My problem with being fat is because I drink a lot of beer. I know it's bad for me. I'm well aware, but I enjoy drinking beer. The problem with cocaine is, like I said, I'd love to drink cocaine, or I would love to snort cocaine, but that shit's fucking expensive. To understand that many people have tried to change my mind about drinking alcohol, and many people have failed. That's one area where that's one area where we're not going to get into it. We're not going to chat about it. If I want to have a beer, I'm going to have a beer. socket for me. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'm a firm believer that... What's the bow I like to use? Oh, shit, I'll show the fuck out of that. Okay, so... Hang out right there. Listen here, you go. This is my bow of choice. It's a Pearson, 55-pound pull. That's my baby. T, I'm going to tell you right now, you're treading on ground I don't like. Because you can ask the question about whether or not I believe in God, but I'm going to tell you right now, I have no belief in any religious affiliation whatsoever. I have no belief in any deities, no gods of any variety. Not just the God of Islam, you know, the God of Abraham, not the God of my ancestors in Ireland, not the God of my Cherokee ancestors here in America, not the God of my pagan ancestors in Germany. I do not have a God belief of any variety. I truly will tell you straight up, it's not my belief. I don't care if you have a God belief, that you are allowed to have that. I have not been convinced. I have not been shown enough evidence, and I've had this debate for over 20 years with Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, Jews, pagans. For over 20 years, I've debated this, and I've never been convinced. I've never been shown any argument for God. But that's not what my channel is about. If you want to debate God or topics of that, I suggest you try RN Raw. He's amazing at presenting those arguments, much better than I am. I'm just not good at it. And it's not what I'm good at. It's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to debate philosophy, religion, theology. I'm not here for those debates. Now, if you want to talk metallurgy, if you want to talk catfishing, I can talk to you about those things because I'm good at those things. I know those things. If you want to talk riflery, if you want to talk archery, if you want to talk things that do with your hands, I can talk those things. But I don't talk about God. There's a very specific reason why. Do not believe at all. Not even in the slightest, not a little bit. Completely and totally unconvinced. I have noodled, which is catfishing by hand. don't know if you see that. I've got some scars along my wrist from that. Help me how? Help me how? I live a very happy life. With or without alcohol. I don't need to drink alcohol on a daily basis. I have a few beers a day, maybe. But I can get by just fine without them. Help me how? Are you going to pay my bills? Are you going to pay my rent? Are you going to cover anything of my actual daily necessities? If not, how are you helping me? Because I don't believe in a God. I don't have a God belief. I don't have a soul belief. Yeah. T, I'm going to ask you very politely to not push your belief in my chat, in my video. I have no hatred towards you. Understand what I'm about to say. I'm going to speak this as clearly and concisely as possible. I have no hatred. I have no dislike. I have no any kind of negative feeling towards you. None whatsoever. I have no hatred. I have no dislike. I feel no disrespect in any way, shape, or form to the Muslim religion. However, if you continue to preach at me, I will ban you from my chat. And it's not from disrespect. It's from you disrespecting me by not listening to what I have to say to you. This is my YouTube video. This is my live feed. While I'm working on something to feed my family. Okay? So, I do not want religion in my chat. So please, don't do that. Because I like you. You seem like a nice guy. You seem to genuinely care about people. But that's not what this is about. This is about blacksmithing. This is about bladesmithing. This is about catfishing. This is about the physical. I'm asking you to take the medical, the metaphysical, the spiritual, the religious out of this chat. I have, like I said, I don't dislike you. I really don't. I like you. Please keep this not centered on religion. If you can do that, you're more than welcome to hang out. And I would love to share my knowledge of blacksmithing with you. It's a subject I'm very passionate about. I would love to share it. Just like I know you're passionate. No. There's no need. Don't apologize. Please do not apologize. Okay? We're good. Me and you are good. I just don't want you to bring religion here. It's not the place. It'd be like showing up to Red Lobster and having or it'd be like showing up to a meat serving restaurant and telling them they're wrong for serving meat. It's just not a good idea. I am who I am. You are who you are. I have nothing but love and respect for you. Exactly, Slammy. This is a place to hang out. Everybody be cool, be friends. Slammy, there's another metal artist that I think you should check out. And I don't mean metal music. I mean somebody who works with metal. An artist that works with metal that I think you would like. His name is James Dread Clark. You should check out his work. Yeah, let's talk about blacksmithing, man. No. Alright, so I don't know if you can see it, but right here in front of my anvil is a little pin rod. It's the same diameter as the arrows I use. I'm going to do some finishing work along this rod. I don't know how well it's going to translate. I really hope it shows up well. Yeah, dude, check him out on, if you can't find him on YouTube, definitely search James Dread Clark on Facebook. He'll pop up like that. And he's got tons of videos. And his art is absolutely phenomenal. And he's in the UK. I want to say he's in London, but I could be wrong. But he's a damn good dude. So there we go. In 40 minutes, and it would have been quicker if I'm not sitting here doing the Facebook thing, but in 40 minutes, I forged a point out that would be used for small game, things like that. You can see it's not sharp, it's very dull, which is important for small game. You kind of want it duller. You don't want a very sharp, flared broadhead. It looks like it's off center, but if you actually look, that hook brings it right back in center line. And that little concavity right there keeps the shaft from pushing forward and will actually catch the shaft of the arrow. I did a proof of concept on that in the other video and in the short that I featured not too long ago. Ooh, I need to bring that back to center. I'm glad I looked at it from that angle. I'm going to go ahead and bring that point back over this way just a touch. But other than that, this arrowhead, this point, is nearly finished. This point would be, that point would be very heavy for a traditional bow, for the bow I have even. But for small game, it'll be fine because you're not taking long shots. You're taking, yeah, I'll put that spelling, I don't know if I can comment or not. Let me try. I may be able to put him up here in the chat actually, I don't know. Pin message. Oop, start a poll. There we go. There. Now you'll be able to see it. That's all you need. The wood I will be using for this arrowhead will probably be either pine or hickory. I haven't decided yet. But that's the spelling, bro. And everybody should go check him out. That is one killer dude. He's a great human being. Top-notch, snappy dresser, the whole 9 yards. Absolutely phenomenal human being. You guys should go check him out. that's much better. Still slight cant this way, but that won't be a problem. Most of that's over the arrow, over the wood. But yeah, that should not be a problem. I'm going to go ahead, heat it all the way back up one or two more times. We're going to normalize it. This normalizing cycle prevents cracks in high carbon steel. And this is 5160, which is a very high carbon steel. It's like similar to 1095, which is 0.095 carbon. I can't remember. It's either 0.95 or 0.095. I always get that screwed up. But it's a very high carbon steel, and if you don't normalize it before you quench it, you risk cracking the steel. And if it cools off enough, and I'm satisfied with it, we may go ahead and test it out today. May go ahead and set you guys up to where you can see me take a test shot with it. How would that look? That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I've got my bow out here. I've got the arrow. That arrow is carbon, but it would work. I think that'd be pretty cool to include in this video. I may do it. So, there she is, right there. She's about 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. I do not know what that translates to in Celsius. Don't even ask. Or centigrade. I do not know. I'm just gonna do one normalizing cycle. This is not gonna be receiving a lot of heavy use. It's mostly gonna be a target point. So most of the time it's gonna be being shot into a foam target. Yeah, exactly, it's hot. Hot enough that if I were to touch it right then, I'd be going to the hospital to receive treatment for 3rd degree burns. And if they had 4th degree, it'd be 4th. 5th, it'd be 5th. It's nasty hot. I am actually looking into Slammy getting a much heavier bow, a 100-pound draw. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's English warbow heavy. But I am looking into getting one and working towards traditional European archery. I think it would be interesting. I think, hell, I could do a lot of what I need as far as making the points myself, obviously. And that's not the prettiest work I've ever done by any stretch. But I'm new to this. This is a new experience for me. So I just wanted to share it with you guys. It's not my normal work. It's not making a knife. It's not making a coat hook. It's not making brackets. Yeah, Chinese war bows are really cool. And they're really interesting in that the majority of the weight is way up. Not anymore. I used to play rugby, T. Alright, here's something really cool you guys will like. Alright, so there you see it. Going in the oil. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. There she goes. Back to fire. Back in the oil. I love quenching steel. It's just so much fun. I just don't have enough free time to really get into, because like I said, this is my business. This is part of how I make a living. Aside from my day job, this is the other way I make my living. This is my second job. So, would I enjoy going back and playing rugby again? Absolutely. Could my body handle it at my age? Probably not. It probably wouldn't do well. I would probably end up leaving on a stretcher. Would I enjoy it? Absolutely. But I just can't do it. Not anymore. I'm too wore out. I'm too tired. I'm too busy, unfortunately. And I just dropped it in my water bucket. Where did you go? Good grief. There she is. Okay. Dude, if I tried to play rugby today, forget displaced hip, I'd be in the freaking ER in like 30 minutes with a concussion or a broken bone or whatever, man. I just don't have the strength for it. So for me now, sport is my fishing and everything else. Dude, I'd be in the ER in minutes. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so this is my carbon fiber arrow. It's a very lightweight arrow. It's not made for this at all. But let's see how it does. It handled my big boy ones. Time, we're looking around 6 o'clock probably. I don't know. I haven't looked at the time. I don't look at the time when I'm forging. I have like a rule. I just don't do it. Makes me feel weird. This is my passion. You know, it's like for some people making love to a woman. Would you look at the clock while you're making love to a woman? Not me. There we go. I believe I got it loosened up. This point's been on here for a while. She doesn't want to come off. Well, maybe not. These are unfortunately getting pretty old as well. It's about time to replace these pliers. They just don't hold up very well. Midnight. Good grief. T, I have no idea where you are, but I imagine it's also late for you. Yeah, it's like 6 p.m. here. Yeah, you can see. Fits on there nicely. Friction fit, which I like. Let's go ahead and take a shot with it. I'm going to line you guys up. Show you the level of trust I have in my skill set and my knowledge of archery. Famous last words. Here, hold my beer. It'll be okay. You guys are now sitting on top of my target. As I take my steps off. We hit. Definitely way too heavy for the current arrow I'm using. Yeah, put the arrow on your head. It'll be okay. Oh God. Yeah, she slid down the arrow, unfortunately. God, I hope I don't have to break this head. Shit. We have a failure, guys. And that's what this is all about. We have a failure. It slid past my choke point. My arrowhead slid down too far. I should have pushed this over just a touch more, and then it would have caught right here, and it wouldn't have slid down like that. We have a failure. Good grief. And that's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's just learning. I can get a new arrowhead, or I can get a new arrow. I just really don't want to. And I'll actually make an arrow to fit this head. So I'm going to try and knock it free. just gently tapping it on my anvil seems to work. Yeah, absolutely. Things happen. This is blacksmithing. I'm learning. I'm always learning. I'm young enough to know that learning is a good thing. Yep. Just got to take my time, gently tap it out. It's coming off. But I've just got to gently tap it, and it's okay, like I said. I'm not mad about it. Even though it did fail, it's part of learning. I mean, it's part of the journey. There it comes. Free. See? And my arrow is still very much intact. So, not a problem. And I imagine if I'd left the original tip in there, I probably wouldn't have had a problem. But for me, guys, that is it. Please do go and check out my Facebook page by the same name as this YouTube channel, Shoaf Steelworks on Facebook. Same name, same spelling, everything is the same. Just go ahead and go to facebook.com/Shoaf Steelworks or Shoaf Steel Workshop. I can't remember which now. I can't remember the name of it. But that's okay. But Shoaf Steelworks will bring it up. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Definitely do, Slammy. I think you'll really appreciate his work. He makes metal bands. Thank you, T. I really appreciate that. I do. Even if we don't always agree on everything, that is always appreciated, and I promise you I will not forget that. So, yeah, definitely. He makes art for metal musicians, bands like Motorhead, Iron Maiden, shit like that. He makes art for them out of drum cymbals and then sends it to them. So his work has been, he recently did one for Billy Sheehan. So I really think you should go check him out. I think he'd appreciate that. Tell him Mike Shoaf sent you. He'll know who I am. And just tell him that, he's a good dude, because he really is. He's a wonderful human being. So, yeah, as far as that goes, you guys have a great evening, great night, good morning, whatever it is for you. T, I don't know what time it is. But for me, I'm going to go inside. I'm going to go eat some dinner. I'm going to hang out with my wife and my daughter. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it again, T.